What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Thursday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here. And I have some news surrounding the Brooklyn Nets this morning about a player who is about 7'2" they're about to add to their roster. And this is according to Shams Charania. The Brooklyn Nets are progressing on a deal to sign center Moses Brown. Brown averaged over 4 points and 4 rebounds in just 8 minutes per game for the Clippers this season. Moses Brown has pretty much been a guy that was originally an undrafted player out of UCLA back in 2019. And he's pretty much been a guy that's floated around through a couple of teams in their G Leagues and on their NBA teams, where he originally started with the Portland Trailblazers back in 2019-2020. And he's played at least with Portland in 2019 and 2020. He played another season the following year with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he played with the Dallas Mavericks in 2021-2022. And then he played this past season. He also played in Cleveland for a little bit in their G League team. And then he played with the Los Angeles Clippers for about 34 games overall. And then he was released by the Clippers earlier on this week. And now he's about to sign with the Brooklyn Nets. So far this season, in his career, Moses Brown has played in 126 games, where he's averaged about 12.6 minutes per game. He scored about 5.6 points in his career, and he's had about 5.3 rebounds total between G League and in the NBA. He's had about less than an assist, less than a steal, and averaged about a block per game. And he's shooting about 57% from the court. He's a big dude too. Moses Brown is 7'2", 245-pound developmental player at the center position. And I have a feeling the Brooklyn Nets are doing this for one specific reason. They want more size in the middle of their team. They want to get more size because of the fact they're lacking that right now in terms of overall depth at the center position. And maybe they could develop this kid in the G League. Throw him in the G League, help develop him, see what you can get a gauge on him going forward. But I don't mind this move at all. It's not gonna change anything. And also, this is a correlation. The reason why they're doing this right now is because they declined to give Nerlens Noel a second deal. Obviously, they signed Nerlens Noel late last week and early this week, but they just declined to give him a second contract. So Noel is pretty much going to be back on the open market, and the Brooklyn Nets are essentially replacing Nerlens Noel with Moses Brown. And they're going to give him a 10-day deal and see how he's going to look out there. 4 points, 4 rebounds per game. Obviously, it's not a good look for somebody like Day'Ron Sharpe, with the fact that they're going through all these other players right now at the center position. It's not really a good look for Day'Ron Sharpe, and this kid is still young, 23 years old, and he's got some decent height. He'd immediately be the tallest player on this Brooklyn Nets team. And his averages aren't, they're not great. 4 points, 4 rebounds. But 4 rebounds per game, you'll take that as a backup center at this point. In about 8 minutes, ask him to go in there, play about 8 minutes per game at the center position. That right there isn't like the most terrible thing in the world. So I don't mind them doing this right now, taking a chance on this kid. Obviously, he's been a journeyman. He's played in different teams overall. He's a G League player, developmental player overall. But at the same time, it does not hurt to take a chance on this kid. See how he looks in a couple of games the rest of the season. We got about 6-7 games left in the season. Throw him out there. Put him out there for about 8 minutes. If he plays well, then you offer him a contract and you can bring him back, obviously, in the following season. But either way, I think this is a decent move. Moses Brown, 23-year-old, 7'2", 245-pound center out of UCLA, who was originally an undrafted free agent signed by the Portland Trailblazers back in 2019, 2020. He's also played with the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he's been playing on 4 different teams during 2021 and 2022. And then obviously he's played on 2 separate teams in 2022, 2023. Quite a few games with the Los Angeles Clippers. And then he's going to be with the Brooklyn Nets going forward. So we'll have to wait and see if Moses Brown could potentially stick with this team. But that's the news that happened this morning for the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets are officially close to signing 7'2", 245-pound former Los Angeles Clippers center Moses Brown to a deal, and that's according to Shams Charania of TheAthletic. So, hit that like button if you guys have not already. Make sure you give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85 for more news, updates, and chatter surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short that will be dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And let me know in the comment section if you guys know about Moses Brown, the former Los Angeles Clipper, Portland Trailblazer, Dallas Maverick, and Oklahoma City Thunder. If you've watched him in college at UCLA and what he could potentially bring to the table for the Brooklyn Nets as the new backup center after the Brooklyn Nets declined to give Nerlens Noel a second contract going forward into the rest of this NBA season as we get closer to the NBA playoffs. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Thursday morning. Take it easy and let's go Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's a Nets world, and we're all just living in it.